In the shadows of Brazilian folklore, there is a legend so mysterious it has haunted the imaginations of generations. Sete Além, literally translated as the Beyond Seven. Sete Além is said to be a hidden dimension, a place that exists just beyond the world we know, a parallel reality that mirrors our own streets, buses, trains, and neighborhoods, yet twists them into something dark, silent, and terrifying. The people who claim to have encountered the Beyond Seven describe a chilling consistency. Streets that suddenly seem unfamiliar, vehicles that take them far from home without explanation, and figures that appear pale, hollow-eyed, and unnatural. Time itself seems distorted. What feels like minutes could be hours, and when they finally return, nothing appears to have happened. Yet they know they have crossed into another world. The Beyond Seven is not a place you can plan to visit. It is said to appear spontaneously, often at night when reality feels fragile. Sometimes it's a bus, a subway, a quiet street, or even a door that opens to somewhere else. Those who enter experience a sense of dread and isolation, and many claim that one wrong step could trap them there forever. The legend of the Beyond Seven blends urban folklore, ghost stories, and the fear of the unknown. It's a place where the line between life and death, reality and nightmare, disappears. And while skeptics dismiss it as myth, those who have returned tell stories so vivid and terrifying that they cannot be ignored. Tonight, we will explore 7 real encounters with the Beyond Seven, each more chilling than the last. These are not just stories, they are experiences reported by people who stared into the dark unknown and returned to tell the tale. Prepare yourself, because once you hear about Beyond Seven, the world you know may never feel entirely safe again. Story 1. The Bus to Beyond Seven. One of the most famous accounts comes from a man in Sao Paulo in the 1990. He swore he was boarding the right bus to go home, but from the very beginning, something felt wrong. The bus was almost empty, and the few passengers who were there had a strange, unsettling presence. Their faces looked pale, their eyes hollow, and their expressions blank, as if they weren't really alive. Nobody spoke, and the silence in that bus felt heavier with every passing second. He tried to strike up a conversation with one of them, but got nothing in return, just a cold, empty stare. Soon, he noticed the route made no sense. The streets outside were darker than usual, and the buildings seemed old, decayed, like a forgotten city. He realized with growing horror that the bus wasn't taking him home. It was taking him somewhere else. Later, he would hear of this place in whispers online, the mysterious realm of Beyond Seven. Panicking, he pulled the cord and demanded to get off. The driver gave him a strange look, but stopped. The moment he set foot on the sidewalk, everything shifted. He was suddenly back in the busy streets of Sao Paulo, as if nothing had happened. From that night on, he never boarded a bus without checking the number at least twice. Story 2. The Girl from Beyond Seven. Another chilling tale comes from a young woman who boarded the subway late one night in Sao Paulo. The car was nearly empty, and she sat down across from a little girl, maybe 10 years old. The girl stared at her, unblinking, unshaken, with deep, dark eyes that seemed almost hollow. The young woman shifted uncomfortably, until finally deciding to change seats. But when she looked back at the girl, something had changed. It was the same face, but now twisted, distorted, with even deeper shadows beneath the eyes, and a look that chilled her to the bone. Terrified, she stood up and moved toward the door, desperate for the next stop. That's when she heard it, a faint whisper, just loud enough to freeze her blood. "You don't belong here. Leave, before you end up in Beyond Seven." The moment the subway stopped, she bolted out and never looked back. To this day, she refuses to ride that same line late at night. If you like this type of content, please like the video. Let's move on to our next story. Story 3, The Portal at the Party. A group of college friends once attended a party in an old house on the outskirts of Sao Paulo. The music was loud, the laughter constant, and everything felt normal until one of them left to find the bathroom. He opened a door in the hallway, expecting to see a sink or a toilet. Instead, he found a street. It was night time, but it didn't look like the neighborhood outside. The houses were ancient, their windows boarded up, and the air was thick with a suffocating darkness. He heard footsteps echoing on the pavement. When he looked closer, he saw thin, pale figures walking slowly, their faces expressionless, their movements unnatural. Heart racing, he slammed the door shut and ran back to the party. He dragged his friends to the hallway, insisting they see it for themselves. But when they opened the same door, all they found was an ordinary bathroom. His friends laughed, dismissing it as drunken imagination. But he swore, and still swears to this day, that he had taken a glimpse into Beyond 7, and that if he had stepped onto that street, he might never have returned. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of this dimension before, and follow me for more horror stories.